Of duty. Authorities identify the fallen officer. And a university in Southwest Missouri looks to help students build a career in construction. KOAM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, Kansas authorities released the name of the officer killed in the line of duty over the weekend. Plus, a university in Southwest Missouri sees an uptick in law school applicants, and
Girard community members learn about the latest updates regarding Medicare. I'm Kenny Foreman, and I'll have more on that coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Kansas authorities identified the officer killed in the line of duty over the weekend. This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. Happened just before midnight Saturday night in Hays, Kansas. Authorities responded to a 911 call from a woman who'd escaped to a neighbor's house following a domestic situation. Officers began to set up a perimeter close to the suspect's home. While taking positions in the backyard, a gunshot was fired from inside the house, striking one of the officers, Sergeant Scott Hyman. Sergeant Hyman was airlifted to a nearby hospital but died later from his injuries. Officers tried to negotiate with the suspect, Zane Wickman. They managed to enter the home around 6 in the morning to find Wickham dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Sergeant Hyman had served the community of Hays since 2016. He leaves a wife and 2 children. By this afternoon, the community had turned Sergeant Hyman's patrol car into a makeshift memorial. Sergeant Hyman was 32 years old. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney now for a first look at the weather.
Well, we've had some pretty mild temperatures, but still above average. Today we got up to about 84 degrees, 85 degrees. Now, average, we should be in the upper 70s, so we're a good 5 to 6 degrees warmer than we should be. Tonight, we're dropping back down again into the low 60s, upper 50s. We're staying pretty consistent with our overnight lows heading into the mornings. We get these cool, crisp mornings just to warm up to the mid 80s for the day. Now, tonight, we do have a lot of clouds moving in, so we're going to see increasing clouds tonight, which do lead us to some warmer temperatures as we head overnight. Now, tomorrow, because of the clouds, it actually keeps us a few degrees cooler, so we're only getting up to about 83, 84 degrees. We do have a couple more warmer days in store for us starting on Wednesday. We're getting into the upper 80s. I'll have all those details coming up.
See you soon. Officials from the University of Missouri visited Missouri Southern today to conduct a sort of crash course in law school admissions. Students gathered in the Phelps Theater for a presentation about what's required to get into law school. The Dean of Admissions covered such topics as LSAT scores and the necessary GPA. The Dean says if someone wants to get in, it's best to start the process their junior year.
Is politics, some of it is the economy, and then some of it is just an increased interest in the law. But I don't think that you can point to one thing specifically, but I think it's the combination of those things that have come together to create like a perfect mix of an increase in interest in law schools.
Law school leads to a professional degree, which means an undergraduate degree is required for admission. Any undergraduate degree will work. The focus is on the grades someone earned as an undergrad. Missouri State University unveiled its newest facility today. The Construction Education Success Center is an addition to Kemper Hall. The 10,000 square foot space is designed to educate more construction majors and meet industry needs. The center includes a 30-foot high training lab, a space for students to get hands-on experience with full-scale construction activities like aerial lift training and crane safety. There's also a construction management lab, a study lounge, and a rooftop terrace. Program director says the new facility will make a major impact.
This new building is going to really change the game in terms of recruiting and attracting and retaining top talent. It allows us to provide opportunities to do these hands-on things, and this will be one of the premier construction education spaces in the country.
The $9.6 million project was paid for by the Mo Excels Workforce Initiative and private donations. Major changes are coming to Medicare in 2026, and local seniors need to know what's ahead. K-State Extension agents are hosting information sessions to help residents navigate upcoming premium and plan changes. With open enrollment starting October 15th, experts warn many could be overpaying. KOIM's Kenny Foreman shows us how Girard residents are preparing.
With changes set to impact Medicare in 2026, the Kansas State University Extension Program's Wildcat District wants to make sure Girard residents are up to date. Family Resource Management and Entrepreneurship agent Julie Beeman gave a presentation on the current state of Medicare at the Girard Public Library.
We just want to make sure that beneficiaries know what the changes are going to be for 2026. That includes plan changes as well as premium changes, deductible changes, and just make them as well versed in what's coming.
A main point of emphasis is Medicare's open enrollment period, which lasts from October 15th through December 7th. Beeman encourages attendees to take what they learned today and decide the best course of action with help of a professional.
We just try to give a brief overview of the different parts and then stress the importance of meeting with someone one-on-one, whether it be us during open enrollment or their local insurance agent or somebody that can help them walk through the process.
Although Beeman admits that Medicare is not one size fits all, she does hope she can help people avoid paying more than what they need to.
We have found folks that sign up for Medicare at age 65 and never look at their plan again, and then when they get to us, we find that maybe they were overpaying by a lot of money just because their plans change, their need changes throughout the years.
For her, it's a rewarding feeling to be able to give back to those who may otherwise be unsure.
There are some folks that really, they don't have anywhere else to turn and they don't understand, and we're able to not just save them money, but help them understand their insurance and walk them through some of difficult choices when it comes to their health insurance, especially as they're in their older years.
In Girard, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
The Wildcat District is open year-round to answer any further questions. Missouri's governor approves a contentious new congressional district map. But up first, countdown to shutdown.
President Trump sits down with congressional leaders at the White House as the threat of a government shutdown intensifies. I'm Erica Brown with more on the funding standoff.
With a government shutdown looming, President Trump met with congressional leaders from both sides of the political aisle at the White House today. But as Erica Brown reports, both Republicans and Democrats say no progress was made.
President Trump met with Republican and Democratic congressional leaders at the White House Monday in a last-ditch effort to avert a looming government shutdown. Democratic leaders say it's now up to the president to find a solution.
But it's now in the president's hands. He can avoid a shutdown if he gets the Republican leaders to go along with what we want.
At issue, health care. Democrats are pushing for a spending bill that includes an extension of Affordable Care Act tax credits and rolls back Medicaid funding cuts.
Democrats are fighting to protect the health care of the American people. And we are not going to support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of everyday Americans. Period. Full stop.
Republicans say the demands are unreasonable and want to pass a short-term spending bill that would fund the government until mid-November, negotiating demands with Democrats on health care at a later time.
You don't put a gun to the American people's head and say, unless you do exactly what Senate and House Democrats want you to do, we're going to shut down your government. That's exactly what they're proposing out there.
If Congress doesn't get something to President Trump to sign by Tuesday night, the government faces a temporary shutdown and thousands of federal workers could be furloughed.
A shutdown could lead to delays in Social Security checks in some veterans' services, along with closures of national parks and museums.
But we're going to see if the radical left Democrats want to shut it down.
President Trump has repeatedly blamed Democrats for the stalemate, and the White House has threatened mass firings at federal agencies if no deal is reached. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
Now, members of the military, law enforcement, TSA agents, and air traffic controllers are among those who will have to continue to work without pay in the event of a shutdown. Missouri's newly signed redistricting law could reshape the Show Me State's political landscape. Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe signed the contentious redistricting bill into law. The governor says Missouri's conservative, common sense values should be accurately represented at all levels of government. And he says the Missouri First map delivers on that promise. The new map, backed by President Trump, will take effect during the upcoming midterm elections. Lindsay returns next with a complete look at your forecast, and a little bit later, dealing with seasonal changes that could bring on those seasonal migraines.
We've had some warmer temperatures these last couple of days. We've been in the mid 80s. Now tonight, we're going to drop back down into the low 60s. Taking a look outside downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, we do have some clouds that are moving in tonight, which is going to actually keep us a couple of degrees warmer overnight tonight than we were the last couple of nights. Currently, temperatures are dropping down through the mid 70s to even getting into the upper 60s. Miami, Grove, Jay, Welch, and Veneta, even up to Fort Scott. We're going to see these temperatures falling down to the low 60s. Again, overnight clouds actually keep us a couple of degrees warmer, so we're only starting off about 62 degrees by 6 a.m. During the day, clouds and overcast skies keep us a couple of degrees cooler, so we're only getting as high as about 83 to 84 degrees. Now, outside of the clouds, not much is going on in the 4 states. We have a high pressure system that's out to our northeast, and a shortwave low pressure system, which means it's not actually attached to the jet stream, so it's not really packing a punch. It's going to dip a little bit further south of us, not bringing any rain chances for us. So let's go ahead and take a look at the upper level flow and how it's going to affect us later in the week. By 10 o'clock tomorrow night, we've got this high pressure, this low continuing to push south of us, and then settles in along the Gulf Coast. We do still have this isolated high pressure system just north of it. Now these are going to try and compete pretty much. We've got another high pressure system that's setting up over the southwest. This low does eventually win, and it splits the high pressure system. So we've got a high that now pushes out to the east and a high that again settles in the 4 states and in the southwest. Other than that, not much changes for the 4 states. Again, that high pressure system just continues to sit on top of us. Low settles in to the south. And then we have a secondary low. Now this is a part of the jet stream. As you can see, it's not quite cut off. That's going to make it away over the weekend and into the start of the week, finally bringing us some rain chances, which we need it. We're in a moderate drought, Missouri, and even creeping into the southeastern Kansas side down to Miami. So we haven't seen any rainfall in quite some time. Our next chance, because of that low pressure system that sets in over California, doesn't move into the area until we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to have isolated storm chances here. You can see by Wednesday afternoon, we could see a couple isolated 1 or 2 storms. And then the front really pushes in once we get into Wednesday evening from Arkansas. And that brings us a little bit more chances of rain again Tuesday, Wednesday, and even into Thursday. Until then, though, we've got a long stretch, about 7 to 10 days of pretty warm and mostly sunny conditions with high temperatures mid to upper 80s.
Lindsay, thanks. As the seasons change, so can the way migraines impact some people. This is the time of year when cooler temperatures are coming in generally, meaning there will be temperature fluctuations at the beginning of the season. Triggers could include changing barometric pressure, windy or stormy weather, or humidity or dry air. When cooler temperatures arrive, humidity will decrease as the days get windier, leading to additional triggers. Experts have a few recommendations to help prevent migraines.
Keep a headache diary. That way they know how frequently their migraines are happening, but also can identify patterns and what triggers are unique to them. They can also keep a consistent schedule. That's very important. So sleeping, keep going to sleep at the same time, eating at the same time of the day.
Doctors recommend drinking more water than usual to stay hydrated, but there's another aspect of fall you might not consider. The days are getting shorter, of course, which can change your sleep schedule and set off migraines. The Community Blood Center of the Ozarks invites you to participate in a good cause and maybe collect some big prizes. The center needs blood, and anyone donating during October or November could walk out with a limited edition Kansas City Chiefs t-shirt. Donors can also enter for a chance to win a game day package, 2 tickets, and a parking pass to the Chiefs versus the Chargers. The CBCO is the sole provider of blood to more than 40 hospitals across 41 counties in our area. Just head over to KOIMnewsnow.com for more information, including how to schedule an appointment. Still ahead, we announce your Performance of the Week winner from Friday Night Football and get a closer look into the Chiefs' big win against the Baltimore Ravens. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sport.
The Kansas City Chiefs are coming off their biggest game of the young season, a 37-20 win over the Baltimore Ravens. KOAM Sports Director Ryan Blank recaps what went right in KC's statement win.
The Kansas City Chiefs are back to 500 with a dominant win over the Baltimore Ravens here at Arrowhead Stadium on Sunday. Offensively, it was the Chiefs' top performance of the year, and the X factor, the return of Xavier Worthy, who totaled over 120 total yards on the day.
I never missed a football game in my life, so that was my first time ever just sitting on the sideline watching the game. I'm just happy to be back out there with the guys. Just being back out there and having fun with the guys. You see the videos in practice of we dancing and stuff like that. I feel like that's what it felt like.
He's just so explosive. You just see it when you get the football in his hands, man. It just makes the defenses have to adjust, and when they adjust, it's like he gets so much attention on him, other guys can make plays happen. And so just having him out there, not only for his physical ability, but just the morale of the room, I thought it was huge. He's not just this fast receiver that can run down the field. He's gained weight, he's kept his speed, and he's showed that he can be a guy that can do everything. And so I think last year was so pivotal of him having to be in a bigger role, obviously with injuries and stuff like that. And I think he had the injury at the beginning of this year, but this was the role that we expected him to be in, and he showcased it today.
While Worthy was the highlight leading the way in rushing and receiving for Kansas City, everyone seemed to get involved in this one as Patrick Mahomes connected with 4 different receivers for scores in the win, becoming the fastest quarterback ever to 250 career passing touchdowns.
I think guys they executed well, and the offensive line blocked extremely well. And when that happens, you can get the football out and let guys make plays. And we had a good job as far as scheme. I knew where to throw the ball on time, and other than a few plays, I think at the beginning of the game, I thought we did a great job executing the whole day.
That's just Pat day in and day out. I feel like we're just going to keep growing. That's just the chemistry that we built, and the chemistry that he's building with Taekwon, the chemistry he's building with Hollywood too. It's only our second year and first year, so just keep building that chemistry and keep stacking.
A key for the Chiefs in this one came up front with the offensive line, leading the way in the trenches. After the game, Mahomes and head coach Andy Reid credited the O-line with their performance and development as a unit.
Did a great job, run and pass. When they play like that, it makes my job a lot easier. And so they're starting to gel, man. They're starting to gel and build that chemistry that every offensive line has to do. And those young guys are getting more and more experience, and they've played against some great defensive lines. And so they'll continue to get better and better as the year goes on. But they had a great day today, and let's build on it.
You've got to be able to do that to play against this team. You've got to be able to handle the front part of it. And I thought the guys did some good things.
Entering this week, Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo emphasized the need to get turnovers to stop this Ravens offense, and once again, his unit stepped up, forcing 2 Lamar Jackson takeaways. One of the big plays and top highlights from this Chiefs win came on the Ravens' second drive, as linebacker Leo Chanel recorded his first career interception, and it only took one hand.
Leo, he's a special individual. We asked Leo to do a lot for us. Sometimes you may see him line up as a shade. You watch the Philadelphia Eagles game, he was lined up as a 0 over the center. So Leo's one of those guys who's very durable and special for the success of our defense. Today we asked him to go and cover one of the best tight ends in the league, and obviously they ended in the pick. So Leo, he's a special kid, man.
They played lockdown defense, and they put pressure on the quarterback. They got interceptions, they got turnovers, and that sparked us offensively, giving us those short fields. We have to execute and score off those. And it was a good team football game. It wasn't just offense, it wasn't just defense or special teams. It was everybody came together, and that's what we need the rest of the year.
The Chiefs return to action next week on Monday Night Football in Jacksonville against the Jaguars, seeking their 3rd straight win. Reporting from Arrowhead Stadium for KOAM Sports, I'm Ryan Blank.
Well, every Friday night during Press Box, we ask our viewers to vote on who they think dominated on the field. Today, the vote is in. Parsons running back Chandler Henson is your winner for his performance against Baxter Springs. Henson set a school record with 445 total yards and 5 touchdowns. What a day for the senior running back. And if you want to join in on the fun, you can cast your vote every weekend on our website, koamnewsnow.com/pigskin. Well, that's it for sports. We're back with more after the break.
When you think winter,
Temperatures continue to stick around in the mid-80s. We do have a couple of cloudy days Tuesday and Wednesday, but the sun returns on Thursday along with high temperatures in the upper 80s with lows in the low 60s all week and weekend long. Next chance of rain doesn't move in until next Tuesday.
Lindsay, thanks. A Joplin Elementary School receives a grant to help improve safety. Today, Frank Fletcher Subaru presented McKinley Elementary with a donation of $3,000. The funds go toward the school's Kid Account Visitors Management System, which keeps track of students' locations and building visitors. Frank Fletcher Subaru has partnered with McKinley in the past to support classrooms, and school staff say today's donation will go a long way in helping with safety.
It's to help keep our kids safe. We know where our kids are at all times, whether it be on the bus, whether it be in the car, leaving the building for an after-school program. We know where our kids are, and we could not have done that without the support of Subaru.
As a parent myself, I find this very comforting that we are doing this for the school, knowing that the kids are being checked in and out okay.
Through the Subaru Loves Learning initiative, McKinley has received another $3,000 donation that will help teachers purchase school supplies for their classrooms. That's our time. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.